The Pi network community is still growing, with over 55 million members. A global community for cryptocurrencies is emerging in 230 countries. But there's a dividing element in the community now more than ever, and it might never go away. All of the pioneers argue about the price of Pi coin, each with their own viewpoint and no willingness to compromise. That being said, this is appropriate for a decentralized project. Pi coin's price will likewise be decentralized. We'll examine different perspectives on the Pi coin's price in this video. Because opinions are subjective, there is no right or wrong in this situation. It just depends on which point of view becomes more widely accepted. Please support us in reaching even more pioneers by liking, subscribing, and sharing the channel. With the Pi network, we can create history together. There are currently 3 widely held beliefs, each with a different justification, regarding the price of Pi coin in the market. First, according to some, the price of Pi coin will start out low and rise gradually over time, contingent upon the state of the market. Second, some contend that the price of Pi coin ought to level off and eventually turn into a stablecoin similar to USDT with negligible swings. Thirdly, a group maintains that the price of Pi coin ought to begin extremely high right away and never drop. For years, Pi has been debating these 3 points of view, and opinions may change over time. The price of the Pi coin will probably change in line with the future trend. Everyone is free to voice their opinions for the time being. Together, let's examine these 3 viewpoints and the context in which they exist. First, there are those who think Pi coin will launch at a low price, similar to many other coins available. They believe that in the future, as has happened with many cryptocurrency projects, its value will soar. But it's important to understand that people who have this opinion might have fewer Pi coins and join the Pi network later than others. They might now have to participate more actively in the ecosystem by supplying products to the network directly or through channels like Pi Chain Mall. They naturally want to get paid more in Pi coin for their goods and services. They may have a sizable investment opportunity if the value of Pi coin increases. A view like this supports conventional investment theory, which states that small capital expenditures yield large returns. This viewpoint gives people with fewer Pi coins an opportunity to invest rather than harming the Pi network project. But as early adopters of the project who possess significant Pi coins, the decision is yours. They have set prices for the products and services they provide. The low price of Pi coin at that moment becomes a reality if you consent to buy. If not, you are not under any duress. Naturally, a large number of the 55 million members are willing to exchange Pi coins for goods at comparatively low prices, ranging from $0.10 to $30 per coin. When will this viewpoint shift then? And when will the Pi coin's price go up? The reason is that as more products join the Pi network, there will be competition, which will force latecomers to offer a price for Pi coin that is high enough to attract pioneers to transact with them. From this vantage point, you will see the invisible hand of the market at work, automatically modifying the price of the Pi coin to keep supply and demand in balance. All I can say is, Pi, it's your decision. The second viewpoint contends that in order for the market for goods and services to trade with confidence, the price of the Pi coin must remain stable. The price of Pi coin could continue to fluctuate, which would discourage people from contributing to the project or offering goods and services. According to this perspective, the project would need resources to secure the value of the Pi coins, such as bank deposits, gold, or other tangible assets, and the Pi network would need a mechanism to manage the price of Pi coins. The Pi network would be safe from market volatility and function flawlessly. However, given that the Pi network seeks to transform the cryptocurrency landscape and achieve global economic equality, this stability is probably only going to last for a short, well, perhaps 10 years. If it were tied to an accepted global asset now in use, there would be a chance that it would become entangled with that asset's value and eventually lose acceptance. It's unclear if the Pi core team has a strategy in place to keep the price of Pi coin steady and minimally fluctuating. It is a fact, though, that the value of the Pi network as a whole would stagnate if the price of the Pi coin remained fixed, and Pi network's appeal would be greatly diminished if it operated in that way. The last viewpoint is that the price of Pi coin needs to be extremely high in order to adequately represent the success of the Pi network initiative. The global currency value movement G7 is currently pushing for the price of Pi coin to be $314,159 and is gaining momentum globally. This opinion is supported by a number of arguments, which contend that as more global goods join the Pi network, the value of Pi coin must increase significantly to meet the volume of goods being added globally. As was said at the outset, there is no right or wrong. It depends on how many other people agree with you. That viewpoint will come to pass if more than 7 billion people on the planet share it. There is, however, something to take into account with this viewpoint. 80% of the 1 billion coins in the Pi network are reserved for rewards to community miners. On the other hand, rewards originate from users participating in the Pi network ecosystem, and Pi coins used by system pioneers will return to the system as rewards once fixed costs have been subtracted. Users will receive more mining rewards the more Pi coins they spend, even though mining speed declines noticeably with increasing user numbers. This implies that new users can still receive rewards in the form of Pi coins from participating in the ecosystem rather than just mining, albeit at a slower rate. Newcomers will face competition from those prepared to trade Pi coins for hundreds or thousands of times less due to the high GCOF price. Furthermore, the number of newcomers keeps growing, eager to offer the Pi coins they mine for much less than the GCOF price. You cannot expect other people to agree with you on the GCV price. It is your opinion. On the other hand, nobody has the right to force you to embrace their viewpoint. It just depends on which point of view becomes more widely accepted. To restate, each of the three viewpoints is legitimate. You are the only one who can decide what happens to the Pi coin. It is your property. Accepting this idea is crucial to the Pi network project. Since the price of Pi coin is truly decentralized, the cryptocurrency revolution is real. The objectives of the project would be compromised if the Pi core team controlled the price of Pi coin. As a result, the Pi core team hasn't commented on the price of Pi coin, as you have seen. They have given the community the task of figuring out how much Pi coin is worth. You must develop your own viewpoint as well. You must comprehend the Pi network project in order to do this. That's the only way you can prevent yourself from being duped by people or from making choices you'll come to regret. Which viewpoint, then, will win out and influence the Pi network project's Pi coin price? The response is contingent on the time of day, the location, and the attitudes of the community. You have to acknowledge that the Pi network is decentralized, which also means that the Pi coin's price is decentralized. In Vietnam, the cost of a coffee might be 0.3 Pi, but in South Korea, it might be 3 Pi. 1 Pi per night may be all you pay for a hotel stay today, but next year it might cost 2 Pi per night. It is simply impossible for anyone, not even the Pi core team, to manage the price of Pi coins globally. However, did you know that the Pi network's strength lies in this? The community is fully responsible for it. The price of Pi coins is decided by us. Because they can't and will never be able to control the Pi network, this is truly terrifying for those sharks, those financial entities that want to rule and manipulate our planet. You choose to be Pi.